So I thought I'd make a little video on my 070 clone and my Ms660 clone, and kind of wanted to talk about the 070 clone first, and basically some of the things and hurdles that I've run into with it. So a little bit of information for the people on YouTube out there. The first thing, I greased the whole edge, every sealing edge of the chainsaw's air filter, because it was sucking dirt into the intake immediately. So that made the path of least resistance the felt air filter instead of the sealing edge. It's a old dirt bike trick that I use. Everybody uses it. You know, you seal the edge of the air filter so you don't get dirt going in between your sealing edge of the air filter and the foam. One of the things that not a lot of people talk about, but they talk about, oh, the clutch slips. Well, I talked about how the clutch slipped and kind of figured out that some of the reasons why. Basically, the clutch is held on, the pucks are held on by a nut, and it's reverse thread, and the nut that comes with the saw is garbage. Just throw it away. It's trash. There was a company selling aftermarket nuts, and they're in grease, and a lot harder, reverse thread, and worked great. I put it on there, tightened it down. It made it probably, I would say, 75% better, easily. And I'm able to pull a 42-inch hard-nosed Oregon Armor tip bar with it, the one in the middle, and works great. I cut logs right down the middle in half, you know, quartered them, put them in, where the bar was just sticking out, hardly even sticking out. It wasn't even sticking out of the log. You can't get overzealous on the on feeding it. It just won't take it, and it'll again stop the clutch. So that's no good. But for the price, you know, $265, I put another probably $20 into it altogether, and I've used it for a year now. Probably I'd say probably 15 times. And on the first job, I made my money back with it, so, you know, that's the way it is. I didn't have money to go buy real steel MS880 or maybe an 090 clone, not an 090 clone, a real 090, and for the price, I'm really impressed with it. Had to buy some, like I said, those anti-vibration gloves helped out a lot. Basically, I want to talk about the 660 clone. The air filter needs to, I'm just going to throw that one away, I think, and try to go get a max flow air filter. I've used this quite a bit. It really is kind of powerful. It's surprisingly powerful, actually. 28-inch bar is what I normally run on it. I've got a 36-inch armor tip that I picked up pretty cheap off of eBay. The ability that, you know, I paid like $265 it's less than $300 into this whole saw. I put in a OEM wrist pin and wrist pin bearing, and circlips into this, and I got a Forester all metal decompression for concrete saw in there. Works great. That works really good. This gets hot though, so you gotta have gloves on. You always should be wearing gloves when you're running a chainsaw, chaps, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this. I'm impressed with the fact that basically, if like, I just noticed this little hole right here that something happened and it hit and knocked a little hole in the starter cover. Oh well, you know, if you got a real one, you're like, oh my goodness, you know, there goes value off the saw. It's you know, $1,400 you'd be looking at probably if you were to go buy one of those new. And you know, I got less than $600 into the pair, and I'm pretty impressed. You know, it's one thing is that I think that, you know, everybody says, well, why don't you make them and sell them? And you know, it's not, you're not going to get any money out of them. It's the only money you're going to make out of the saw is actually going out and doing work with it, and you're just not going to make any money because, oh, it's not a real steel, and it isn't a real steel, and only thing that people are paying for is the name. There's much better chainsaws out there than the creamsicles, but basically, that's not a good business plan to, you know, to put these together and sell them. That's just not, yeah, no. Because even if you put aftermarket parts on a real saw, the value kind of goes down. And even if it's just a cover, like a, you know, like a air filter cover or this little top cover here, people look at that and they'll tell you, hey, it's, what else is in there? And basically, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with it. I can live with the fuel cap leaking. It's 2 pieces. I don't know why they had a 2-piece fuel cap, but for the price, I'm very impressed. Made a bunch of money with it already, and I think that you possibly could too. So those are my 2 cents and my ownership woes for the past year. All right, thank you.